So today I wanted to do a review of my new headphones after about a couple weeks of having used them religiously. These are the headphones in the color cloud gray. These are the Bowers Wilkins Px7 S2es. And what I love about these headphones off the bat is just the luxurious design, the portability, the battery life of 30 plus hours. There's also active noise cancellation, though people have said that it's not as good as other competitors. I honestly didn't feel that that was that big of a trade-off, like, at all. It does the job. I had these on the airplane for 11 hours when I was coming from Korea, and they did just fine. I could hear my music just fine. The sound, I must say, is one of the best. And when I was deciding on which pair of headphones to buy, I would obsessively go to different stores to listen to each headphone like one more time. And I compared it with the Bose QCs, the AirPods Max, the Sony MX-6.5s. I basically compared them with, I even had the Sennheiser Momentum 4s. I had actually purchased them last year, but then I returned them because they weren't comfortable, they didn't sound as good, and I didn't think they were that cute either. But these, I think, are they're so much prettier on the head. I like how they're oval shaped. It's really unique. I think that the colorway, the details in the colorway with the gold is also a beautiful, surprisingly pleasant touch. And the memory foam padding, it does, I must say, they do get a little sweaty sometimes, but that's because I'm a sweaty individual. Like, for instance, I will be putting these on and I'm walking around the streets of LA. Of course they would get a little sweaty, but it's not bad at all. Like, I still wear them. And what I do is when I sanitize them with the alcohol swabs that I just buy like 100 pack of from Walmart for only like $1. So that does the job. At the top, there's, I don't know if you can see, but there's this stitching that makes it look really sturdy and makes me feel that I'm holding on to something quite premium, though I'm pretty sure it's all plastic. And the sound, there's this app from Bowers Wilkins that you can use to customize the sound settings. What I did for my personal preference, even though I personally believe they sound just fine out of the box with no settings altered, I decided for my music, I do prefer it to sparkle a little bit. I want the sound to be a bit more curvy sounding and a bit more sparkly. So I upped the treble 3 notes forward and up the bass 3 notes forward, so it's a bit like a U shape. Is that what it's? I'm not completely sure if I'm being technically correct, but that's what I did. I could probably show you, but I'm filming on my phone, so I can't show you. And it also tells you which ear is the side you should be wearing them. And I also love the physical buttons, though I'm still getting used to the placement of them. Sometimes I accidentally press the volume up button instead of the play, pause, or play next. And there's also a really easy button here to switch between ambient environmental settings, like whether you want transparency mode or active noise cancellation, or sometimes I just put it on the nothing setting, so that it, maybe if I want to save battery on these, if I'm nervous for whatever reason, I want to save the battery. If you put it to if you put the settings to none, which is the third setting, then I believe you can save a bit more battery. But most of the times I enjoy listening to it on noise cancellation, because you can just hear everything a bit more clearly. Now for the case, you have this case, and it's a pretty sturdy case. There's also a compartment to put all your wires, which I appreciate. And speaking of wires, you can also connect these headphones physically to any headphone jack acceptor, like my iPad here, and it plays. But the headphones do have to be turned on in order to be able to hear the music, which I thought was a bit odd, but that's okay, I guess. It's USB-C connected for battery. And what else is there for me to share? Really compatible with all devices. I connect them to my MacBook, my iPad, my iPhone, obviously, and the switching is so easy. It connects really quickly. There's literally no issues that I've encountered with these headphones. They're quite perfect, and I got them on sale for $260 from Korea when I ordered them through the Lotte duty free, and I got them through like the airport, but it was really, I mean, it's so worth it. I think it's such a high value headphone, and I absolutely love listening to music with these. And the music that I mostly listen to, I would say, is mostly pop, electronic, even sometimes classical and acoustic music. They all sound really good with these headphones. Super clear, very warm, and when you listen to when you listen to music on these headphones, it's just so inviting, and it just sounds so good. It brings a smile to my face. And I know some headphones are technically more accurate, or you know, they have more true to sound qualities or something like that, but honestly, when I tried the Sennheiser Momentum 4s, I really didn't like the overall music listening experience, even though I think people said that it's really accurate. I just didn't like listening to music with them. So maybe, I mean, I know that it all comes down to personal preference, so I would just recommend you personally go and try them on first. But this was my personal opinion on these headphones. It also looks quite nice on the neck, and you can flip them whichever side you'd like. And yeah, is there anything else I wanted to share? I was going to get the ruby red. There's new colors with the S2es, and there's like a forest green and a ruby red. I was gonna get the ruby red, but I just stuck to the basics, and I'm glad that I got the cloud gray instead, because it works with any outfit. It's like less in your face, and yet it's still this quiet luxury that people will like see on the street and they'd be like, wait, what is she wearing? Those aren't AirPod Maxes. They're not Sony MX5s. What are they? They're not Bose QC. That's a unique headphone. I wonder what she has on. And it's the Bowers and Wilkins. I just love how it's rare. Like, not many people have these as their headphones, and they're missing out because the sound, I think, is top tier. I used to just wear like the earpieces. I had the AirPods Pros, I had the Galaxy Buds Pros, but I gave them to my mom and my aunt. And I really, as much as I love music, I think it's time to invest in some wireless headphones that are really good. These are my Beyerdynamic DT 240 Pro headphones, and these, look at how much they peeled. These were my original go-tos, and honestly, I still have such a special place in my heart for these, and they're just classic connectors, and I think they still sound pretty good. It's just too outdated for the times, and now the headphone jack is a little janky, so I have to like position them a certain way in order for the music to come into both earpieces. But these were great, and I don't have the heart to throw them away. And I used these for about, I would say, I don't know, 7 years. They were really good. And I love that you don't have to charge them, you don't have to do much with them. You just plug it in and you can hear the music. But this was so worth it. Yeah. So thanks for watching. This was my personal opinion, personal review of these Bowers and Wilkins Px7 S2e headphones. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments below, and thanks for watching.